Luke, I'm over here. Interested, you got 13 freshmen that are listed on the 2 deep, three of them are redshirt, a whole bunch of sophomores too. Just can you speak of the youth on this team? And you keep mentioning seeing it in front of 106,000. Is there a curiosity factor, I guess, in your mind that to get a look at a lot of these guys under a game-like situation?
I think every year there's a curiosity factor, but I think it's a tribute to the freshman class, to those guys. To be honest with you, I think they have performed. Now, obviously, they've been put into situations where, you know, they have to because of maybe of depth issues. But I don't know that it's unlike that many other years. I think it might be a little bit different, a little bit more of an issue just because you lost 24 seniors last year, guys that have been here around a long time, a lot of fifth-year seniors. But, I mean, I don't know that it's unlike that much of other years. But I think it's also a great reflection on who those kids are and you know, the maturity they've had to be able to, you know, to get where they are, whether they're a redshirt freshman or they're a true freshman. Now, does that mean I feel better going to bed on Friday night thinking one of those guys might be starting? I'm not saying that, but we've all been in those situations. I've been in that situation as a player, and you know, I mean, we didn't bring him here to sit on the bench. You know, so you might feel a little bit, might sleep a little better if you didn't, you know, you didn't have to stick him on that first play. But I mean, that's all part of it, and they'll do what they can do best and give them the opportunity. So.
Look, you don't know what you're going to wear to the game yet, but past that, what do you want people to? What will be the Luke Fickell stamp on this team? Well, if this team plays the way you want them to play, what will be that stamp? Well, what do you want them to reflect?
Well, first, it's the Ohio State stamp. It's our program. It's our team. It's not Luke Fickell. That might be what they write about. That might be what they talk about. Just like we always said, you know, they're going to put the blame or the pressure on the head coach and the quarterback. But the reality of it is, it's a whole program. It's a whole team. So that's the number one thing I want to make sure we understand, and the stamp of what our team understands. But I think the three things we talked about. We want to see when we turn on the effort, the turnovers, and the toughness. And we're going to put on the fourth quarter. We're going to put on special teams. And that's what I told myself. Come Sunday morning, the first thing I do when I come in, I'm going to put on the special teams reel, and I'm going to put on the fourth quarter. We want to see what your body language is like, what your competitive nature is like. I don't care if you're a third team, if you're a first team guy, if you're on the special teams, I want to see how you react and respond. I want to see how you compete. I want to see what your body language looks like in the fourth quarter, whether you're up 35 or down 35, whether it's a tie ball game or not. You know, to me, those are the things we want to see. When we see the things that the actions that we're looking for, then we think, hey, we've got the guys with us. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to be successful in every situation, you know, but we've got the right attitudes. And when we've got the right attitudes, I think we've got enough talent. We got, you know, the right mix of people that we're going to have a chance to win. But those are the things we're looking for. And I think we've talked to them. We've told them about that. Now we just got to make sure we see it. And like I said, nothing goes unnoticed. That won't go unnoticed.
Luke, there's an incredible want by this fan base to see Braxton Miller play a lot and play well. With that comes pressure. How has he handled this fall camp? And obviously well enough to be an OR, so that's got to be a pretty good thing. But what has impressed you most about the way he's played in this camp?
I mean, obviously his abilities have impressed us all, and that's why he's here. Until you do it and perform, I mean, we're gonna keep our judgments to ourselves. We know he can do it. We know he has the ability to do it. Being able to handle all the situations is what's important. And you know, we don't have we don't lack confidence in what he does. I can tell you that. That's why he's listed as an OR. But in order to do it, that's what, you know, we'll hold our judgments and hold our comments until we can see to do it. But I just actually saw him this morning and told him to make sure he understands we got the utmost confidence in him. You know, and that's the biggest thing I want to make sure he understands is, you know, you're going to walk out there, you're going to be on the field, and it's going to be 106,000 people, and they're going to be looking at you, you know. But what's the difference? You know, what's the difference from last year? Yes, the guys are bigger and faster or whatever, okay, but you do what you do. So don't get wrapped up in that. Don't let that overwhelm you. It's on us as coaches to put you in a situation that, you know, let you do what you do well. But we expect to see you do well. We got enough confidence that we're going to put you out there.
Have you done that in camp?
He's done it. I mean, he's done it. And you know, even in camp, so it's still camp. It's been hard, too, because, you know, you haven't been able to hit him. So how guys react and respond sometimes to those different situations, we'll wait to see. But if he hadn't done it in camp, he wouldn't be listed on there. And I think that's, you know, I don't know how much more you can talk about it. It's just you understand that, you know, he's listed as an OR because we believe in him.
Everything has happened.
I can hear you.
But everything that's
Sorry,
happened,
I want you to use the mic, though.
with everything that's happened over the last 10 months, is there almost a sense of relief, or how would you describe it for you and your staff, and also for the players that the games are here now?
No, I mean, yes, it's a relief, and it's excitement more than relief. I don't know. I'm that kind of guy that I don't know that I ever say anything's a relief. You know, I'm never satisfied with what we've got and where we are at the time, to be honest with you. Is it an excitement? I think that's what I would categorize it. It's an excitement. It's an excitement for me. I'm sure it's an excitement for every one of our staff members. We got we got a new guy that's never coached in college football. We've got a guy that's he's Dan Drayton, that's been, around college football in incredible amounts, but never been at Ohio State. Grew up here. He had butterflies in his stomach. He told me the other day when we went to the stadium just for a rehearsal. So the excitement is, I think, the thing. I think that every one of our players is probably the same way. They're, however they want to categorize it, but I think the excitement, whether it's the first game of the year, whether it's the adversity things, we're going to look at it as an exciting time.
And does it help to push all the negatives aside, you think, too, as well, both in their minds and also maybe the public?
I think that's one of the things we've done a really good job of. And I don't know that those guys now, again, what are they truly thinking in their head is always the question. We tell them, we evaluate, we watch, we try and read body language. We're doing everything we possibly can to see what they might be truly thinking. I think they've done a good job. They're excited about the situation and playing the games. Is that just to get moving forward and to have some positive things? Yeah, but I think it's more the excitement. I think they've done a good job of focusing on moving forward and what we can control.
Luke, you spent some time at Akron. What did you get out of that? How important were those to get you where you are, and also just your impressions of that program as they try to, come in here on Saturday?
Well, yeah, I spent 2 years at Akron, and to me it was one of the best situations for me ever. It made me appreciate where I had been so much more. Obviously, I grew as a coach with Nate Owens giving my first opportunity to coach. But I think the biggest thing that I realized was the appreciation for what this place is really about. How much support, how much things our guys are given, how much they truly have, and I mean just in support and different things like that. So it was a great opportunity for me. It was a great time for me. It was a great learning and growing experience to go away and then to be able to come back. I think the program, if you look at it in the past couple years, yeah, last year they had a down year. But with the facilities and the different things that have gone on campus, they've got an indoor facility now. They've got probably the best stadium in the MAC. Anytime a new coach comes in, I think there's some growing periods. And I think if you look at them throughout last year, they obviously had a lot of growing. But if you look at their last 3 games, they really probably performed a lot better. And I'm sure that's what they have to grow on as a program. But, I think that whole idea between that and what they've done there in the last couple of years just with facilities and different things, there's an excitement behind it. There's an excitement behind that program. Now they have to obviously probably do a little better job in continuing to grow with that on the field. But sometimes that's the growth of a new coach and a new program.
Well, let's say at the start, what has he done to impress you and win that job?
I think we've said it a couple times in interviews or after practices. The wide receivers have done an unbelievable. They have really been as impressive a group as I think throughout camp. Now maybe that's a little bit because we knew we had a lot of young guys and we didn't know what to expect from that group of guys. But Verlon has done an amazing job. He is from the way he blocks, the way he practices, the way he carries himself. He has really done an unbelievable job, I think, from the winter on, and it's shown on the field, which is obviously why he's in the position he's in. But he has a ton of ability, and I don't mean that just as catching the football and doing the things that you guys might notice or the stats might notice. He's got a ton of ability of doing a lot of the other things that sometimes go unnoticed to the people in the stands.
Luke,
an athlete's an athlete. To me, sometimes it comes down to what they believe they need to do to be successful in the position they're in. And, he came in here with the right idea that he wasn't a quarterback, and if he had the opportunity to play quarterback, maybe he'd do that. So was there a learning curve? Yeah, at some things, but I think any wide receiver that comes from high school to college, there's going to be a giant learning curve. It's what you believe is important to be successful at that position is what's most important, and I think Coach Drayton has done an unbelievable job at that. So they know here at Ohio State, yes, you got to be able to catch the ball and do some things like that, but you better be able to do all the other things too. And I think that's where he's been every bit as impressive.